What if there was a place in the ocean where ships and airplanes simply disappeared without leaving any trace at all? No wreckage, no distress signals, no explanation, just silence. This may sound like fiction, something created for movies or stories, but it is based on real events that have puzzled scientists, historians, and explorers for more than a century. This place is known as the Bermuda Triangle, a region in the Atlantic Ocean, roughly defined by 3 points: Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. It is one of the busiest maritime and air traffic zones in the world, with thousands of ships and aircraft passing through every year. And yet, it is also one of the most mysterious regions ever recorded. For decades, stories have emerged describing strange disappearances, unexplained phenomena, and eerie experiences that defy easy explanation. The legend did not appear overnight. It was built slowly, case by case, story by story, until it became one of the most famous mysteries on Earth. To understand how it all began, we need to go back to the early 20th century. In 1918, a massive cargo ship of the United States Navy, known as the USS Cyclops, departed from Barbados, heading toward Baltimore. The ship was over 500 feet long and carried more than 300 people, along with a heavy load of manganese ore. Everything about the journey seemed routine. There were no reports of bad weather, no signs of mechanical issues, and no warnings of danger. And yet the ship never arrived. No distress signal was ever sent. No wreckage was found. No survivors were discovered. It was as if the vessel had vanished into thin air. The disappearance of the USS Cyclops remains one of the largest non-combat losses in US naval history, and it marked the beginning of what many would later associate with the Bermuda Triangle years. Later, another incident would bring global attention to the region and solidify its reputation as a place of mystery. In December 1945, 5 US Navy training aircraft known as Flight 19 took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The mission was simple, a routine navigation exercise over the Atlantic Ocean. The weather was clear, the pilots were experienced, and everything seemed under control. But during the flight, something unusual happened. The leader of the group, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, began reporting problems with his compass. He claimed that both of his compasses were malfunctioning and that he could not determine the correct direction. Soon the situation became more serious. The pilots grew confused, unsure of their position and unable to find their way back. Radio communications captured the growing panic. Taylor reported that everything looked strange. Even the ocean did not appear as it should. The final transmission from the group indicated that they were completely lost after that contact was lost forever. A rescue mission was immediately launched. A large aircraft known as a PBM Mariner was sent to search for Flight 19. But in a tragic twist, this rescue plane also disappeared shortly after. Takeoff without sending any distress signal. In total, 27 men were lost that day, and none were ever found. These 2 major incidents helped fuel the growing legend of the Bermuda Triangle. Over time, more reports began to surface. Sailors spoke of compasses spinning uncontrollably. Pilots described sudden weather changes and disorientation. Some claimed to see strange lights, while others reported complete radio failure without warning. As these stories spread, the mystery deepened and theories began to emerge. Some researchers suggested that unusual magnetic activity in the region could interfere with navigation systems, causing pilots and sailors to lose their sense of direction. While it is true that the Earth's magnetic field does vary slightly in different locations, scientific studies have shown that these variations are not unique to the Bermuda Triangle and are generally well understood. Another theory involves methane gas trapped beneath the ocean floor. Scientists have discovered large deposits of methane hydrates in certain parts of the Atlantic Ocean. If these deposits were suddenly released, they could form massive bubbles rising to the surface. These bubbles could reduce the density of the water, making it difficult for ships to remain afloat. In extreme cases, a vessel could sink rapidly without leaving much debris. In addition, methane gas released into the air could potentially affect aircraft engines, causing them to stall. However, while this theory is scientifically plausible, There is currently no direct evidence linking methane eruptions to the specific disappearances associated with the Bermuda Triangle. Of course, not all explanations are based on science. Some theories venture into the realm of the unknown, and the extraordinary stories of alien abductions suggest that advanced extraterrestrial beings may be responsible for removing ships and planes. Others point to the legendary lost city of Atlantis, proposing that remnants of its advanced technology still exist beneath the ocean floor and are capable of disrupting navigation systems or even bending the laws of physics. While these ideas capture the imagination, they lack credible evidence and are generally not supported by the scientific community. They remain part of the mythology that surrounds the Bermuda Triangle rather than proven explanations. So what does the evidence actually show? When researchers and organizations, such as the United States Coast Guard, analyzed decades of incidents in the region, they found something surprising. The number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly higher than in other heavily traveled areas of the ocean. Most incidents can be explained by a combination of natural factors, including severe weather, human error, and mechanical failure. The Atlantic Ocean in this region is known for its unpredictable conditions. Sudden storms, powerful currents, and large rogue waves can develop quickly and without warning. These conditions can be extremely dangerous, especially for smaller vessels or less experienced crews. Human error also plays a significant role. Navigational mistakes, misinterpretation of instruments, and poor decision-making under pressure can all contribute to accidents. At sea, even a small error can have serious consequences, especially when combined with challenging environmental conditions. Mechanical failure is another important factor. Ships and aircraft rely on complex systems that can fail unexpectedly. Even with modern technology, no system is completely immune to malfunction. In remote areas far from immediate assistance, a single failure can quickly escalate into a life-threatening situation. Another key element that contributes to the mystery is the high volume of traffic passing through the region. The Bermuda Triangle lies along major shipping lanes and flight paths. This means that thousands of journeys take place there every year. With such a high level of activity, it is statistically inevitable that accidents will occur. However, when these incidents happen within a region already associated with mystery, they tend to receive more attention. Media coverage, books, and documentaries often highlight these cases, while similar incidents in other parts of the world go largely unnoticed. This creates a perception that the Bermuda Triangle is uniquely dangerous, even if the data does not support that conclusion. Despite all of this, some cases remain difficult to fully explain. There are incidents where no distress signal was sent, no wreckage was recovered, and very little information is available. In such cases, it becomes challenging to determine exactly what happened. These gaps in evidence leave room for speculation and allow the mystery to persist. Perhaps the most important thing to understand is that the ocean itself is still largely unexplored. More than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, yet much of the deep ocean remains unknown. There are vast underwater landscapes, including mountains, valleys, and trenches that have barely been studied. Conditions in the deep ocean are extreme. Pressure is immense, temperatures are low, and sunlight does not penetrate. These factors make exploration difficult and limit our ability to fully understand what happens beneath the surface. In recent years, advances in technology have improved our ability to study the ocean. Autonomous underwater vehicles, sonar mapping, and satellite monitoring have provided new insights into underwater environments. Researchers have discovered previously unknown geological formations, complex ecosystems, and even new species of life. These discoveries remind us that the ocean is a dynamic and sometimes unpredictable environment. While many mysteries have been solved, there is still much we do not fully understand. Today, navigation through the Bermuda Triangle is safer than ever. Modern ships and aircraft are equipped with advanced systems, including GPS, real-time weather updates, and improved communication technology. These tools significantly reduce the risk of becoming lost or encountering unexpected hazards. As a result, the number of incidents in the region has decreased, and many experts consider it no more dangerous than any other part of the ocean with similar levels of traffic. And yet the legend endures. The Bermuda Triangle continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. It appears in books, movies, and documentaries, often portrayed as a place where the normal rules do not apply. Part of its appeal lies in the idea of the unknown. Humans are naturally curious and drawn to mysteries. We seek explanations for the unexplained, and stories like those of the Bermuda Triangle provide a sense of wonder and intrigue. In the end, the Bermuda Triangle is not a single mystery with a simple answer. It is a combination of real events, natural phenomena, and human storytelling. Some aspects have been explained through science and investigation. Others remain uncertain due to a lack of evidence. And perhaps that is what makes it so fascinating. It reminds us that despite our advances in knowledge and technology, there are still parts of our world that we do not fully understand. It challenges us to continue exploring, questioning, and learning. So the next time you look out across the ocean, consider what lies beneath the surface. A vast and largely hidden world filled with beauty, danger, and mystery. The Bermuda Triangle may not be a gateway to another dimension or the work of unknown forces, but it remains a powerful symbol of how much there is still left to discover. And maybe the greatest mystery is not what happened to those ships and planes, but how much we still have yet to learn about our own planet, because the ocean does not easily reveal its secrets, and some stories may remain unsolved for generations to come.